On this channel, I've shared my progress in running an Acurast phone farm. I went from 10 phones to 20 phones and I've got a bunch of tokens. With 65,000 phones now on the network, they've just announced a 5-day token sale that ends on the 22nd of May. And this is going to give you the opportunity to purchase tokens that are going to be unlocked at TGE. In this video, I'm going to explain the reasons why I'm going to be buying tokens now and why you might want to think about it. And I'll give you a hint, it's going to unlock some huge rewards. And make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'm going to share with you how you can get a priority allocation on these tokens and also what's going to happen to the tokens that you've mined already with your phones, as well as the missed points. In this video, I'll go over quick updates on the Acurast project. I'll then share with you the details of the token sale, and then I'll go into answering the big question, why buying Acurast tokens now matters. And then at the end, I'll show you how you can purchase those tokens and get that priority allocation. I'll have that referral code in the description to make sure that you get the tokens that you want, and I'll have timestamps on the screen. Right, let's jump into the Acurast website. Now, the main subject of this video is going to be this token sale expiring in 5 days, and do make sure you stay till the end because I am going to tell you my reasons why I'm going to be purchasing tokens, but we can have a quick overview of the project and some new updates that you might not be aware of. Now, Acurast is a decentralized compute network, so it's looking to utilize idle smartphones around the world, tapping into the existing infrastructure within those phones to run a decentralized compute network. And you can get involved by either providing that compute, so onboarding your mobile phones, or you can actually deploy your projects onto the existing network at the moment. Now, I did do an in-depth video on my phone farm, initially 10 phones and then 20 phones. I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to get involved and start onboarding your phones today. So why does it make sense to utilize smartphones? Well, because of the sheer number of them. I mean, compared to new servers that are sold annually, the number of new phones is 13 billion to 13 million. And of course, the specs of these new phones allow them to actually be taken seriously. They have GPU chips, CPU chips, TPU, which actually runs AI and LLM, and they've also got security chips as well. There's billions of dollars that are spent, for example, on Apple and the R&D and the security. So why not utilize that supercomputer in your pocket to provide decentralized compute? And the project has been growing exponentially. In fact, there are 65,000 phones that have been onboarded to date in over 130 countries. And some other exciting news about this project is that they have integrated with the Solana wallet, so you can now connect Phantom and start onboarding your Acurast devices through that. And they're also available on the Solana Mobile's decentralized app. So this is going to open them up to wider ecosystems. Right, so as I mentioned, there is currently a token sale taking place from the time of recording. There's about 5 days left. And the structure of that token sale is quite simple. So the sale of this token is going to be from the 15th of May to the 22nd of May, and it's going to take place on the CoinList website. Now, there is a KYC that is required for you to purchase these tokens. You're going to want to do that early because it takes a day or two for your KYC to go through. The purchase price is 9 cents, and it's going to be 100% unlocked at TGE. And if you stay for the next part of the video, the reason I'm purchasing in these tokens is that unlock is going to allow you to access a benefit that no one else is going to get. So make sure you stay for that part of the video. The minimum purchase amount is $100, and you can purchase in USDC or USDT. Now, the structure of this purchase is something called filling up from the bottom. And essentially how that works is that those who give the smaller amounts, they are first going to be allocated. And then those who give larger amounts based on the demand, then those will be allocated. And if you use my referral code, you'll actually get a priority allocation. So that means that you'll be prioritized when these tokens are distributed from the bottom. And the last thing to mention is that it is excluded for people that use their ID from US or Canada. But actually, a lot of my users have benefited from something called Palau ID. Now, this is a digital residency program. This is a legitimate form of identification, which is for the Republic of Palau. And a lot of my users from US or Canada actually use this when they're purchasing NFTs and coins, just because that's the way that the US operates. Of course, that's your decision. You'll want to do a bit of research into that. Right, so the big question for this video, why does buying Acurast tokens now matter? And also, what happens to the cACU tokens that you already mined with your device and the missed points that you got on the Cloud Rebellion? I'll answer all of those questions. And just to pause the video here, I have done a ton of research into this project. I've gone knee deep into the white paper, and you can see from the number of tabs on the screen the amount of research that I've done. So if you do appreciate this type of information, I'd love it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. It allows me to bring content like this across your way. Right, let's get back to the video. So there are two things that are worth noting when understanding why it makes sense to purchase the token now. The first thing to understand is that this project has a staking mechanism, and the second thing is that this project has an inflation element. So let's take the staking aspect of this. So alongside providing compute, users can actually stake tokens and they will receive fees from the network as rewards for providing this economic security. And the formula for the staking reward is your benchmark score, so that's how high performing your devices are, multiplied by your commitment time, that's how long you lock up for, and that's multiplied by the stake amount, so the amount of tokens that you are staking. Moving on to inflation, well, this project has an inflationary model, and that means that the project is going to create new tokens continuously, and these are going to be distributed to incentivize users on the network, and this is between 1 and 5%. Well, the reason you want to purchase that is because on TGE, the inflation model and also the staking model are both going to go live. So that means that if you are to get a bunch of tokens, you can put them towards the staking pool and you're going to get a larger amount of returns because you're competing with fewer stakers at the beginning. So you're not going to miss on any of the early inflation rewards and you're ready to stake from day one. Now, if you combine that with your compute that you're providing, then that's going to give you a huge return. But even if you're not providing compute, as a replacement, you can actually stake a larger number of tokens and you'll get a greater share of that inflation. So that's the reason why I'm going to be investing in the Acurast presale, because when the tokens are unlocked, I can put them towards the staking protocol, and that's going to give me a huge share of the rewards before everyone else. The second question to answer is what happens to the cACU tokens and also the missed points. Well, they mention here on one of the Medium articles that the cACU points are going to convert to the ACU points, but we don't know what the specific conversion mechanics are going to be. But what they have said is that they're going to ensure that the community comes first. This is going to come from the community allocation from the tokenomics. Again, they mentioned that there's going to be a reserved allocation for the Cloud Rebels from the community activation part, and the Rebellion platform and the cACU platform are both going to continue to be live after TGE. So the short answer is yes, there is going to be a conversion from cACU to ACU. We don't know what it is yet, but we know that it's going to come out of our activation pool. And there's also going to be an allocation for missed points that's going to come from the activation pool. Okay, so what do you need to do if you want to purchase these Acurast tokens in this pre-sale? Well, the first thing you want to do is go to coinlist.co and you're going to need to sign up. Once you register, it's going to ask you to do your KYC. Now that is super important. You can't purchase unless you have a KYC. As I mentioned, you do have the Palau ID option if you wanted to use that, and I'll have that link in the description. And it will take a day or two for you to get KYC'd, so that's the first thing that you need to do. Once you've registered and done your KYC, the homepage will look like this, but you first need to put some money in your wallet because you're going to purchase through CoinList account. So you'll click on wallet. So once you click on wallet, you can actually choose the token that you want to add. Now, if you have USDT or USDC on the Ethereum chain, that would be the easiest way. If you had other tokens, you could search for them here, import them, and then you could trade them in the CoinList account. But I've got USDT, so I'm just going to click on USDT. You'll click add funds and it'll give you a wallet, and it's a simple case of sending that into your wallet. As you can see, I've put $250 here into my account, so let's go ahead and purchase those in the sale. So from the home page, we'll click on this button here. That'll take us to this page where we'll click join now, and here we'll log in with CoinList. Now, once we've logged in, it's going to ask us to connect a wallet. Now, this is required just to connect your wallet to your account, but remember, the money is coming out of your CoinList account. So just make sure you connect a Ethereum wallet. A MetaMask one will do. On the next screen, you'll come up to this page here. This is where you choose how much you'd like to invest. So I'm going to choose $250. You may want to invest more. Of course, it's up to your budget. And then you can choose whether it's USDT or USDC that you want to pay in. Don't worry if it says 0 here at the moment, because as long as you have money in your CoinList account at the date of the sale ending, that's when the money will be taken out. So you can just make sure that you choose the right amount. And here you want to enter the code passive. Now, the reason you want to do that is because it will give you priority allocation in this sale. If you don't use a referral code, there's a chance, and quite a large chance if there's a lot of buyers, that your tokens will not be purchased and you'll get refunded. So entering that actually makes sure that you get an allocation. And once you've done that, you'll simply click continue. And that's it. $250 are on hold for the Acurast sale, and you'll receive an email once the outcome has been decided. And that's it. If you want to purchase more, you can do so here. And that's the process to purchase the Acurast tokens in the coin list sale. Right, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, whether you are going to be investing in these tokens or not. Of course, it's not financial advice, but personally, I'm going to do that because I want to get the most of the staking protocol once the project goes live. There's no guarantee of how much the cACU tokens that we're earning right now is going to convert, so I'd rather get there in early. If you like these types of videos, you can check this one out here, and of course in the description I do have my old Acurast videos. That's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.